this is going to be a very light session. What I'm going to do is just to share with you two information. One is from the World Cancer Research Fund and link it with the latest National Health Mobility Survey finding on nutrition status in Malaysia. So it's going to be a very light session from me. So this is the title as mentioned. I'd like to have interaction. So can I see how many of you have read this document by World Cancer Research Fund on diet, nutrition, physical activity? Okay, can you raise your hand? How many of you have read it? 1, 2, okay, 3. That's good, because at least when you leave this room, you learn something new. If everybody have read it, then it's waste of time for you and me to talk about this. So Alhamdulillah, we are going to see that you are going to learn something new. Now, in the World Cancer Research Fund International, they came up with 10 recommendations. This recommendation was made based on experts around the world. Not one or two, there are a lot of experts around the world. They sit down together, based on the literature, based on the science, they came up with these 10 recommendations. And I'm going to share with you all these 10 recommendations, and we see how well Malaysians are doing based on the latest surveys. So this is the survey that I'm going to refer to. It was recently launched by the Minister of Health on 24th of April, less than about 2 months from before. And again, I want to see how many of you have read this report. Probably because this is not in the TikTok or Facebook. Honestly, when I ask my students, how many of you know about news yesterday? Oh no, we know about the accident and blah blah blah. And I ask them, where did you access this news? Facebook. So nobody read newspaper, watch TV, bulletin utama. I think nobody watched that. So anyway, that is another good news. So why you will learn something new. This report, you can download it free from the NIH website. They have two versions, in Bahasa Malaysia and Bahasa English. So I will share the Bahasa English version. And it is basically a household survey, okay, conducted throughout Malaysia, and there were about 5,400 participants. So the first cancer prevention recommendation is be a healthy weight, keep your weight within the healthy range, and avoid weight gain in adult life. The specific goal is ensure the body weight during childhood and adolescence project towards the lower end of the healthy adult BMI. Meaning that if you are at the age of adolescence, your BMI target should be around 18.5. You get my point? Why? Why is this recommendation in that way? Simple. Because as you grow older, your BMI increase. Like it or not. You have the evidence. I don't have the evidence. What is the evidence that you have? Your photo before you get married. When you were young, you remember how slim you were. And now you can see it's very big struggle. When we were young, no matter what we eat, we are like this incinerator inside. It just burn and disappear. But now even makan sikit pun dah sensitive. Because your basal metabolic rate becomes lower as you grow older. So the efficiency of us on burning the energy is lower. That makes it difficult. So if you start low, 18.5, at the age of 20, for example, at the age of 40 or 50, you may be somewhere up there, but still within the normal range. But if your baseline is 24.5 or 23 at the age of 20, then you may exceed the maximum BMI. We are referring to the WHO BMI, which is 25. Yeah? Keep your weight as low as you can with the healthy range, okay, throughout life. and avoid weight gain and increase of waist circumference. So this is the message that is given by the researchers. And the second one, be physically active as part of everyday life. Move more and sit less. Be at least and follow moderate physical activity. This is about 30 minutes of walking, non-stop. So you don't declare that you go shopping as you are physically active, because you have a lot of transit. This is a minimum 30 minutes of walking non-stop. So you have to purposely do that. And the best time is to do it is after meal, because you prevent the insulin spike. When you have a meal, your insulin will be spiked, so to prevent that spike, do at least some walking. There are some evidence showing walking after meal is good not only for cancer prevention but also for diabetes prevention. And limit the time spent sedentary. So this is very important. Okay. So if you are someone who likes to watch Korean drama, like to watch whatever Japanese, drama, no problem. But do it while walking on the treadmill. Simple. Rather than sitting and watching, become a couch potato, walk. It's about 3 or 4, 30 minutes. You won't realize you were walking for 1 hour because of the drama. You are into the drama, not into the treadmill. So things like these, small things are like these people take for granted, unfortunately. And this is the evidence that the survey have shown that 1 in 2 Malaysians were overweight or obese. And to be more specific, it is 52%. So if you are normal weight or underweight, you are at the minority side, not majority. So majority are on the overweight because they are 52%, the latest data. This is scary, to be honest. This is scary because we all know obesity is mother of all the chronic diseases. Hypertension, cardiac disease, cancer, and all this metabolic syndrome. 10 minutes? Oh dear, okay, I have to move faster. Okay, so please get this report. You can see how physically inactive Malaysians are and how we are having problem with obesity and overweight, not only in the adults, but also in the adolescents. Recommendation number 3, I will not read the whole thing, but it refers to eat a diet rich in whole grain, vegetable, fruit, and meat. If anybody wants this slide, I'm free. I can give it free. You can get it from the organizer. So this is public domain. It's not my work. It's what's in the public. So you can read the content. Basically, you need to eat 5 portions of fruits and vegetables minimum in a day. Can you achieve that? I bet you can achieve that today. Because fruit, vegetable, cut fruit is served. People will take it. At home, another story. Yeah? And this is the data showing how low is fruit and vegetable intake in our population. 13% adolescents, okay, achieve 2 servings. Only 5% adolescents, okay, consume veggie 3 servings. Very low. And yet someone have the idea of taxing imported fruits while it's already low intake. So I think that's not a bright move. Limit fast food, processed food. Okay, I think we did a research. I think Prof Raja was there. Prof Raja collaborated with UKM at that time and Dr. Razif. I think he will be presenting how we showed in Malaysian study processed food increased risk of colon cancer. I presented that finding last year over here, same conference, same room, but you can get it from the publication. And also sweet. We like our sweet food. Basically, Malaysians eat a lot of sweet. You can see 2 in 3 adolescents consume free sugar, more than 37.5 grams or 7.5 teaspoons a day, exceeding the recommendation of the WHO. And 1 in adult take a lot of sugar. I think we have a problem with sugar. Previously, we had problem with teh tarik, right? Now there's another tea coming in, not teh tarik. Bubble tea and all those Korean, Taiwanese drink that are invading our market, causing increase of sugar intake. Red meat, Okay, red and processed meat is also one of the culprit. But I tried to find local data. I couldn't find local data on this. But the nearest I could get is the business of red meat and processed meat is increasing. So if the business is increasing, meaning that the consumption is also increasing. Limit alcohol consumption for cancer prevention. It's best not to drink alcohol. I repeat, this is World Cancer Research Fund statement, not Jakim fatwa. Okay, this is not from Jakim. Because Muslim, I know they are prohibited from drinking. This is what the World Cancer Research Fund saying. If you are not drinker, try not to drink. Don't start to drink. But if you are a drinker, then there is a recommendation if you can follow lah. Okay, so children, pregnant women shouldn't consume. And we have alcohol problem. 1 in 10 drank alcohol in the past 12 months. This is based on the 2023 survey. And 1 in 2 drink excessively. Okay, so alcohol is another issue in our country. Do not use supplement for cancer prevention or any Herbalife seller. I'm sorry lah. Okay, you cannot. I repeat, based on the scientific evidence, randomized control trial of high-dose supplement have not demonstrated the same positive effect on cancer prevention. May have effect on other disease. Someone can say this is good for cardiovascular disease, that one up to that person. But if someone comes to you and say this supplement can prevent cancer, show him this slide, him or her this slide. That is strong evidence showing it does not help. What is the best way? Get it from the natural food source. Health supplement business is also booming. I will skip this. For mother, breastfeed if you can. Breastfeeding is good for mother, both mother and baby. Research have shown the mothers who breastfeed their children has a lower risk of breast cancer, and the benefit of the breast milk, early intervention of breast milk. Thank you. Early intervention by giving breast milk to mother is on the child. This is also something that we need to advocate as one of the strategy for cancer prevention, particularly breast cancer. And the World Health recommendation is 6 months exclusive breastfeeding, which means the child should get only the breast milk, no other things. And between 6 months to 2 years, still gets breast milk, at the same time complementary food. This is the recommendation of WHO, and World Cancer Research Fund concur with this recommendation. But sadly, the 2016 data that I could find, I asked a friend in MOH, she said this is the only data that we have. They are going to do one more survey next year, maternal child, to see how good we have improved. But so far, 47%, only 47% exclusively breastfeed their children, the babies, while the recommendation is 70%. And initiation of breastfeeding is only 65.2. It's quite low. And one of the barrier is women who are working, because they find it very challenging. Based on my data, I have shown. Come. No need to pay. Free. Still not interested. Anyway, where were I? But you missed the interesting part lah.
I heard you.
Okay, come. So based on my data, we found the exclusive breastfeeding is very good in the first 2 months. First 2 months excellent. Okay, why? Because of the maternity leave. But when mother have 2 or 3 months lah, the maternity leave, after that they found it very, very difficult to continue breastfeeding, and they switch to other options. So this is something we need to think about on the welfare of the mother. And after a cancer diagnosis, follow our recommendation. Basically, if someone is diagnosed with cancer and a survivor, and if he or she asks you a recommendation, refer to this again. So like you at the end, go back to number 1. Okay, try to follow that. Some cancer survivors are very good. After they get the cancer, they try to improve, then some are very good. Some looper, they forget. After a couple of years, they go back to their normal way where they don't eat fruit vegetable, they don't exercise, and these are the ones that we are worried about. And I want to share a paper by Dr. Razif. I think this is a very important paper. The next speaker published this paper, and he showed that the prevalence of metabolic syndrome among breast cancer survivors is actually high. Okay, this especially on the metabolic syndrome. So high in HDLs, low HDL-C, triglyceride is high, fasting blood glucose, blood pressure, waist circumference. So there are cancer survivors who forget about these important key messages, and we need to be active in reminding them. We should not leave them just like that. We should be active in reminding them about the importance of maintaining healthy lifestyle while they are already a survivor. And I just want to, before I finish, I just want to encourage you all, if any one of you are interested to learn more about nutrition, we are organizing a conference next month in Berjaya Times Square. It's in the end of 29th and 30th of July. You can still come and listen. There will be a lot of talk on nutrition, not only specific on cancer, also on other issues. It's good to come and learn at least.
Will it be free?
Yeah, will it be free? Unfortunately, Berjaya charge us. So if Berjaya don't charge me, I can make it free. So please come and attend. If you want a discount, let me know. Okay, this is my email. But at the same time, I want to promote in 2027. We will be organizing a conference. I forgot to upload the slide. 2027. Don't think it's very far away. Time just flies nowadays. 2027, the Nutrition Society will be organizing Asian Congress of Nutrition. This is basically, oh yeah. I was so excited of selling something and suddenly, okay, give me 30 seconds. 2027, we are organizing a conference, Asian Congress of Nutrition 2027. If you want to Google, you just Google ACN 2027 Malaysia. So we won the bid. We went to China and we went to China and we won the bid over there. So it is every 3 years this conference, and this next 2 years it will be in Malaysia. Although it's 2027, you can start saving money from now. If you want to play kutu, good idea. So by the time of registration, cukup money for pay the registration. Okay, so Google ACN 2027 and please come. Thank you very much.